In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a front strut on your Hyundai Sonata. Let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, remove the 5 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Using a 17mm socket, remove the sway bar link nut. Get the sway bar link out of the bracket. Using a 12mm socket, remove the bolt for the brake line bracket. Pull the bracket off. Using a 12mm socket, remove the bracket on the back of the strut. Using a 12mm socket, remove the bracket on the back of the strut. Using a 19mm wrench, we're going to hold the head of the bolt while we use a 24mm socket to remove the nut. Do the same on the bottom. Using a pair of pliers, remove the cotter pin. Using a 32mm socket, remove the axle nut. Remove the washer. Make sure that the axle slides nicely in the splines. If it doesn't, hit it with a soft face hammer. Remove the knuckle bolts. Push the strut back. Pull the knuckles slightly forward. When you pull the knuckle forward, be sure that there's no tension on this brake hose. I'm going to use a bungee cord and go from the knuckle to somewhere on the body just to tie this up so we don't have any weight on this hose. Using a 14mm socket, we're going to remove the nuts for the strut. I'm going to leave this front one just a few threads on, but loose. We're going to reach inside of the wheel well and grab the strut. As we're pulling it out, we're going to unthread our last nut and remove it. Remove the nuts on the new strut assembly. Line up the studs with the top plate and install it. Install the strut and get the nuts started. I'm going to remove the hook holding the knuckle, pull it over, get it started into the strut. I like to get the bottom bolt started first. Put one hand on the face of the rotor, push straight back, and install the top bolt. I'm going to thread the nuts on by hand. Snug the bolts down. Torque the lower strut bolts to 116 foot-pounds. Install the sway bar link into the strut. Get the nut started. Snug it down. Torque the sway bar link nut to 43 foot-pounds. Install the washer. Install the axle nut. Snug the axle nut down. Using a bar to hold the studs, we're going to torque our spindle nut to 188 foot-pounds. Install the cotter pin. Bend the end up and around. You can chop off the other end if you'd like. Install the bolt for the brake line and ABS bracket. There's one more. Go around and snug down all of the bracket bolts. Torque the top strut nuts to 43 foot-pounds. To install the plastic cover, put it on top, click it down into place. Install the wheel. Get the lug nuts started. Snug them down. Torque the lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds in a star pattern. Once you're done with this job, take your car to a local shop and have them do an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.